Hey guys, so I just wanted to do a quick little video here comparing the Xiaomi Mi 6 with the iPhone 7 Plus. Both of these have like dual cameras, but the Mi 6 is actually half the price of the iPhone 7 Plus. So I wanted to see how the performance was here first and see, if the Mi 6 can keep up with the latest iPhone. So we are starting up at the same time, as you can see. So Apple seems to be a little bit ahead here in terms of the boot up, and we do have the boot up on both of them now. So we're just going to open up a few apps and see how they do compare. We have 6 gigs of RAM versus 3 gigs of RAM in these two devices, and we have closed everything down in the background. So let's start with some basic ones. So that was definitely Xiaomi. That was quite confusing. I think it was the iPhone though. Got a bit distracted. That was the iPhone. And National Lottery. Oh, that was Xiaomi. So it's about 2-2. We do have some basic apps. Xiaomi again. That was similar. Very similar again. You can see Apple, even though it's got very kind of modest specifications here, is still beast in terms of the performance. But I think it's a little bit back and forth here, not really clear cut as to who is winning overall. I think Xiaomi got a few and Apple got a few, so we need to be fair here. But I think Xiaomi's done quite well overall, considering the price difference. We're going to have a look at the benchmark here of the Snapdragon 835 versus the Apple A10, which is in the latest iPhone. So let's run the benchmark here, and we're going to speed up the video. So the iPhone has finished here, as you can see, with some very nice scores as usual. Showing me a little bit behind when it comes to finishing off the benchmark, but that is not the main thing. Obviously we're looking for the actual score here, which I assume will be higher when it comes to the multi-core but lower when it comes to the single core. I think this is my first Snapdragon 835 device actually, so I might do a benchmark test against like the best processors like the Kirin 960, the Exynos, all the good stuff. And what is this going to get? I'm guessing about 2,000 or 1,800 for the single, and 7,000 for the multi. That's my guess. No, well, I wasn't too far off actually. I've not actually seen this benchmark run before, so you can see multi-core is well up there compared to the iPhone, but still behind quite a lot when it comes to the single core. So Qualcomm definitely needs to get their act together here and make for a good single core, because I think that is the most important thing. At least that's what I read anyway. But we can just have a look at the web browsing here and see how they do compare. So we are using the stock browsers on both of them, and we have cleared the cache and the cookies. You can see straight away the iPhone seems to be a little bit snappier here overall, which goes to show you again the amazing optimization that we do have on the iPhone. In terms of displays, I'd say they're about comparable. Both look pretty outdated when all you've been looking at is the infinity display on the S8. Everything looks outdated pretty much, but they get the job done at the end of the day. That was a slight bit quicker on the left there, going into that, but you can see going back again, we do have the iPhone kicking its backside, so to speak. And what do we have? We have GameSpot. So yeah, I didn't do that at the same time. Hand-eye coordination. But that one was a little bit more comparable. I think the ad loaded a bit faster on the right there. So being very particular, you can see again, I think the iPhone is ahead when it comes to your web browsing, but not too far behind for the Xiaomi. And we always got to keep in mind the massive price difference, particularly with this model of the iPhone, which is the best. I think it's the 256 gig. So you know, the best storage speed. And we're just going to have a look at the multitasking here. So far I've been very impressed actually with the Mi 6, which has fantastic multitasking. I mean, even when I was like setting it up for this speed test, it was still keeping things in memory from the previous speed test, which was mind-blowing, like the games, etc. So you could see it kept this one in memory, but the iPhone, I think, reloaded then, or maybe it didn't. I didn't actually see that, but epic performance here. 6 gigs of RAM needs to be the baseline, I think, for Android going forward. Attention Sammy and LG. So let's just try the games. Do we have any games? Did I even open up the games? I can't remember. Probably didn't actually, so that's why I can't see any, which was a bit silly. Let's just try and open up a few. Yep, so a little bit faster with the iPhone for the first game and the second game there. So Apple is very good at the launching, I've noticed, when it comes to games. Completely blowing away everything on Android for some reason. But this one seems to be a bit closer. I think this is a new game actually, so you should definitely check it out. It's got Batman in it. You can see straight away here we are in this game and we don't know what the Mi is doing. Which one was the other one I had? I think it was Rocky. So we got there in the end on that one, but I think you can see overall the iPhone is ahead here when it comes to your games. Just have a quick look at the multitasking here with those. So just go back to this one. And is that a reload? Or didn't it actually load the game? I can't remember. It is getting late now. So I think and I'm not sure if that did reload on the first one, but overall I think it's doing quite well in terms of the games and the basic apps, which is what I've been looking for from Xiaomi. It's alright to bring a good piece of hardware to the table, but this looks like a reload though, because I think it did go into the game a little bit. So a little bit of we'll knock a point off there for Xiaomi. You know, still some improvement maybe on the games compared to the iPhone, but overall very solid performance again here with a flagship device which costs twice as much. And as I said, you know, you are getting the portrait mode on both of them now. so you can actually access the portrait mode up here. I've still not figured out how to actually use it, but you know, it is on both of them at the end of the day, because we have dual camera, which is good. Both have nice fingerprint scanners in the, you know, best place or second best place if you like it on the back. Both have a very nice design overall. I think the Mi 6 is a little bit slippier here, but you know, I think this one has a sticky out camera lens, which is a bit annoying. We do have fast charging and Type-C though on the Mi 6, which is nice, and I think the battery life's holding up pretty well so far. It seems to be powering through overall. So yeah, I'll definitely do some other videos with the Mi 6, so do stay tuned for that, checking out the gaming, etc. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.